Okay, so question 7. We have some projects to analyze or to choose between investment A and investment B. Investment A has upfront costs of 300, and then it has revenue gains of these amounts in these years. So we're going to make costs negative, and we're going to make revenue gains positive, and we're going to find an overall amount. So 300, it is already in present value. Look, it says upfront costs. So we don't have to do any calculations on the 300. And because it's a cost, revenue, because it's a cost, we're going to make it negative. So we start with a negative already. Year 2, we get 270,000. I've stripped out the thousands here. This is all thousands. So 270, but we have to wait 2 years for it. So we need to discount this back to the present. Remember, we're trying to put all the cash flows into the present value. So here's our 270, but because we're going to forego 2 years of interest, and it's 2 years, so we need to raise that to the power of 2. So we are discounting because we're bringing a future value into the present value. So we get 270 in 2 years. We'd get less if we got it in present value. So we know it's going to be a number less than 270. So using the calculator and my handy dandy fraction button, I'm going to say 270 divided, whoops, I don't need to divide by, I just need to bring the cursor down, 1.037 squared. Hopefully you can read that, good. So 251, have I said anything about places of decimal? No, so we'll round to 1 place of decimal. Okay, so the present value equivalent of 270 that we'd have to wait 2 years for is 251. In fact, I should be putting this over here so we can add that. So we have another revenue infusion in year 4 of 950. So we need to discount 950 back 4 years and see what that's worth in present value. So here's 4. All right, and then we can add all these numbers together because they're all in the same time zone. So 950 divided by 1.037 raised to the power of 4 gives us 821.5. So again, we're indifferent between 950 in 4 years or 821 in the current time. So overall, this investment is an assortment of costs and revenues. So if we add them all together, we will get a total present value, or net present value, because it's net of costs and revenue of that. So that's investment A. Let's look at investment B. Investment B. What have we got here? We have upfront costs of 250, 25,000 in year 0. So the present value of that is minus 25 because it's a cost, so it's a negative. And we also get costs of year 2 is a cost of 45,000, and we get revenue of 890,000 in year 3. So we've got this cost of 45,000 to account for in year 2, so we need to discount that as well. We want to know what is that worth in present value. So 45 divided by 1.037 to the power of 2 is 41.8. And it's a negative because it's a cost. It's a bad thing. And finally, we've got this revenue. Thank heavens we've got some good news coming, but we have to wait 3 years for it. So we have to discount that by 3, and this is going to be a positive value. So this is going to give me 890 over 1.037 raised to the power of 3, which gives me 798.1. And if we add them all together, we get 731.3. I'm running out of space to write there. All right, so now we can compare like for like, because these values are all over the place. So we brought them all into the present value. And now we can make a direct comparison. So which investment are we going to choose? We're going to choose A. So choose A as it has a larger present value. It is worth more to us.